get over to cover basketball as well. We're blessed enough to have an opportunity here at Marshall to really maximize this weekend. First and foremost, I want to say a lot of respect and hats off to Coach Beck. I don't know if you guys got a chance to see. The coaching staff had 75 stickers on their shirts. That's a class act. The interesting. I didn't know they were going to do that. So when I walk out to midfield, I was really, really excited and happy, not just for Marshall and our football team, but for the entire event, to guys to show that kind of respect. I actually thought back to the scene in the movie when Bobby Bowden walks in and the helmets are backwards. That's probably, to me, obviously the movie's great, but that moment as a coach, when another coach who has nothing to do with the event shows respect for those 75 souls that were lost. So hats off to Coach Beck and his team for doing that. Obviously a phenomenal battle. They've got a good team, and they're starting to play really good. Sometimes in this league you can't look at records. We knew it was going to be a struggle. We knew it was going to be a grind. We talked about having to take care of the ball on offense. And having to be opportunistic and responding. When defense gets a turnover, we have to respond. Defensively, we knew the first series of the game was going to be our kind of figure it out, because they've continued to build on the layers. I talked about that earlier in the week, step 1, step 2, step 3. So we knew we were going to have to be able to figure it out, what they were doing today. That's what they've kind of shown. I thought our defensive staff did a really good job of adjusting on the fly. I thought our players did a phenomenal job of adapting, adjusting, and executing. They made the plays. Coaches, obviously, we gave them, some keys on what they were trying to do, but our guys went out and battled. Hats off to every person that showed up today to honor these 75. And as I've gone into the 4th year now, this story is special. Obviously, it's a story of tragedy and, with the rebirth. But what I continue to think about is just, obviously, those 75 souls, but all of those people that pulled the rope to keep it alive, so that I could stand here behind this podium today coaching, one of the best teams in the country, that just battle and grind in front of some of the best fans in the country, in front of the best community in the country. I thank those people who perished for their opportunity, but I also thank the people that kept this thing alive, man. It would have been so much easier to kind of walk away. And I think our team showed that grit of what Huntington and Marshall was all about. So really proud of them. I hope every person that was here today says a little prayer tonight for the families of the 75. This is an emotional week, obviously from the families, but there's a lot of memories that come up this week that people have to deal with. Our football team felt that, and I asked them to make sure they went out and gave everyone in this community something to smile about on Saturday afternoon. So I really appreciate the players' effort, continuing this to grind. That open up for questions.
When you look at some of the individual performances, obviously Braylon did a good job of, sometimes when he had to step up in the pocket, it wasn't just run first, it was step up and look for that extra throw. How big was that in a game like that when you needed a quarterback to step up and make that kind of play? Yeah,
we knew going into it we were going to have to probably throw it a little more than you may want to, just because of what they did. They play man coverage on the back and load the box, and they move the front and bring a guy, really, so it's 6 or 7 guys coming every time. I thought they did a really good job of taking the run away from the quarterback run game. And when they do that, that's the quarterback's got to throw. And I thought Braylon showed today, okay, if you want to take the run away, I'll step up and make some really good throws. I thought Carl Chester made some big catches in the first couple of drives or series that really gave us the confidence to be able to stay aggressive. I thought Charles Montgomery made a phenomenal catch to really respond off a defensive turnover. And I challenged the guys. I said, we're going to have to go out and we're going to have our best individual performances, not play perfect, but as individuals, you got to try to play your best. And I thought a lot of guys did that today. I thought Braylon did a great job of taking care of the ball. That's always a big piece of it. I thought it was important for him to be able to get in some situations where he had to, like you say, step up and throw versus step up and take off. And then ultimately, some guys made some plays around him, which was really good.
But you saw JJ make the play. You saw Mike Green with the strip sack fumble, and Chris takes it. I mean, it just seems like when these guys have to make plays, and even maybe it's not just this game, but this game brings it out in them. And just kind of explain how they just kind of.
Well, one, I think again they understand how important this game is to a lot of people. So, we talked about it in this press conference a few weeks ago. I mean, when Steph Curry gets an open three, he knocks it down, and that's what your best players are supposed to do. And you got to take those opportunities to make those plays. I mean, it buries teams when Steph Curry hits one of those threes. It's like, man, we were so close. It buries teams when Mike Green fights off 2 blocks and gets a strip sack. It buries teams when, we get a turnover down the field. JJ makes a phenomenal, I don't know how he did it. It was kind of like a backwards, like triple lux, like swing your left arm around. Like, hey, man, just knock it down or catch it. We don't need the antics. But your best players got to show up in your best games, man. I mean, you think about it. Patrick Mahomes shows up in 2-minute drives. Those guys are our best players. They got to show up. And what you got to, challenge them to do is pull other guys along. Big Chris. I was like that close to like fall on it. No, go. Those are the moments. He's starting to play better. People are responding off of Mike. So really good job by all the players. They've executed, and that's what happens. Sometimes we've gotten some open threes and we haven't hit them, and that can't happen as we continue to go down the stretch. We run out of opportunities to hit these threes. It takes strain off. Sack, fumble down to the 2. All right, now the offense that's struggling maybe to run the ball, that's how you help them. Next week we may run. Last week we ran the ball for 200 some odd yards. Next week we may have to do something else. So when you get down to the back stretch, man, you just got to find ways to win games. Everybody knows. They remember what you do in November. They don't remember if you ran the ball well or threw the ball well. They remember you won the game. And I can promise you, I know they remember if you win this game. Trust me. I lost the first one. Won't happen again. Trust me. I will find a way to get our players to make sure that we execute well. And obviously it was a battle today, but really proud of the way they executed.
How about the blocked field goal attempt? Obviously that came with chance for a coachable tie, and then it turns into a 10-point lead. Just how energizing was that play?
Yeah, I mean, we challenged our special teams a little bit, but we've been kind of the close Johnnies since Virginia Tech. Ooh, close here, and we've invested. Coach G and his staff have invested so much time in the drills and schemes, and we've been close long enough, and we challenge the guys. We got to make a play. Last 2 years in a row, special teams has made huge plays in the 75 game. Last year we block a punt for a touchdown. We get a muff sky kick. So just a great opportunity. And all the things that we talk about over and over in practice, there's going to be a black guy that blocks it, and there has to be a scoop and score guy. And the scoop and score guy has got to trust that the guy's going to block it. Because if you don't think he's going to block it, now all of a sudden it's a block, everybody's excited, but we don't put points on the board. Those are the things that you have to keep drilling. And the guys bought into it. Kobe's another guy that's been busting his tail, just trusting the process, studying. We told him you got to be a scoop and score guy. He was there. We put JJ in a spot where we thought he could make a play. Our best player made a big play. Kobe scooped and scored. Huge momentum swing in the game. An opportunity not only to take points off the board, but put points on the board. And we're going to need that back and forth. We're going to need that the rest of the way.
Coastal cuts the lead to 31-17 there and goes for the onside kick. Did that take you up, catch you off guard, or? No,
two things. One, I was going to call a timeout because we wanted to see what their alignment was going to be so that we could get the right hands team, right? We've got more hands reps than daggone victory reps, so it seems like almost. I was trying to call a timeout. They didn't let me get it in time enough. They said I didn't call it fast enough. Okay, no big deal. The issue was our guy that was in there was not over the ball. He was to the left. So that small detail, not his fault, but that small detail changed the game, or at least gave us a chance to respond. So obviously we got to go back and continue to coach. We didn't want to put hands team out there because if they pooch it in that area in the short field, now all of a sudden you're backed up, it changes the game. But we wanted to address the issue differently. We got to coach better. I got to get the timeout in faster, I guess. I'm still questioning that, and we got to make sure we do a better job of giving our players the tools, because the struggle is this. If you stand directly over the ball and they hit you with it, that's an issue. If you're too far to the right or the left, they got the dribble, so it's that sweet spot. We got to do a better job putting, guys in the perfect spot. I got to get the timeout in so we can get the, right alignment. But I thought our guys responded. They found a way to outwork, opportunity that they made.
6-0 at home this year. What does that kind of record mean to you as a coach?
If you want to see winning football, come to the Joan. I don't know why you wouldn't. You want to see winning football, show up at the Joan. Buy a ticket, tailgate, we win in the Joan. Now, if you don't want to see winning football, you can go somewhere else. But you want to see winning football, come to the Joan. This place should be packed. I appreciate every fan. I don't know what the number was, but phenomenal crowd there today. Students, alumni, donors. We had so many guys back. I don't know if you guys got a chance to see how many former players we had back. I mean, some of the guys, Andre Sam is playing with the Philadelphia Eagles. He went to LSU. He ain't down in Death Valley this weekend. He's here at the 75 game. That's how important this thing is. So if you want to see winning football, come to Johnny. If you want to watch Tyson and the other guy just dance around the ring, go Dallas. Wasted, whatever that costs. But and honestly, we're 6-0 because of our players. They've battled their ass off. They've defended this turf. They've, grit and grind. They've responded. They've answered, the bell. I couldn't be more proud of them, all of them.
Anything further for Coach?
Really good job again to the families of the 75. I hope our performance today, our effort today, how we played the game today, not the perfection, but how we played the game, how hard we played the game. I hope our players made you proud. Keith, I always said, man, I hope when you go to sleep tonight, man, you smile a little bit more. I really do. Appreciate all the guys, Alan Meadows who came out to speak, Mark Miller who came to speak, Coach Pruitt who came to speak, Mark Gale who spoke, Rev who spoke. So many people have poured into this program, for this week and the importance of it, and helped me kind of explain to the new guys what this is really about. And I hope they made you proud tonight. I really do. Appreciate everybody for coming out all year. Appreciate all the fans who helped us get to 6-0. Every donor, every local person, faraway person, season ticket holder, the whole nine. We won in the Joan. Our players showed up, and so did you. So we appreciate it. Really good opportunity to continue moving forward. So thank you guys. Go Herd forever 75.